Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here. Chris from New York. I want to give a handshake out to Rachel from the Philippines. I appreciate you conducting that day moon experiment with me. We will continue that experiment. Unfortunately, it's clear today, but you cannot see the moon during the daytime right now. So there's only certain times of the month you can see it. So I'll have to look it up on the Farmer's Almanac or something and check out when the next time you'll be able to see the daytime moon here in New York. The test was actually a success, I believe. The one thing that I did find amazing is the minute the moon was setting here in New York, Rachel could see it out in the Philippines immediately. Now, the horizon was obscured by clouds here in New York, and amazingly enough, it was obscured by clouds out in the Philippines, 3,000 or whatever, 5, 6, 10,000 miles away, whatever it is. So we got kind of ripped off on that. I really would have liked to have seen the exact moment when the moon hit the horizon, if he was able to see it rise up on his end. Now, that's difficult. We got a lot of mountains. The only way you can really, truly, successfully do this experiment is if you go down to Long Island or, at the beach or something like that, some flat ground where you have 360 view. That would be the ultimate test, and I'm going to try to do that, so we'll see what happens in the future. I just spoke to my friend in the deli, and I told him about this experiment a couple of days ago that I was conducting, and he didn't really know what the hell I was talking about. He's Middle Eastern. He's owned this deli now, kind of deli/gas station for, I don't know, probably about 10 years now. So I've known him. He's a nice guy. He's fairly smart. That's why I was shocked to hear what he said to me when I explained this to him earlier. I asked him, do you think it's possible that you can see two moons on either side of the planet? Like I could see the moon during the day and somebody else could see it at the same time in the Philippines. Well, that didn't seem to be the case, but what came out of his mouth was, yeah, well, that's normal. It really seems like a disease to me, how indoctrinated people are. I mean, this is a true statement. It's normal to see the moon at the same time on either side of the planet. And then it runs through your head. You just don't know what to say. You don't know where to start. I mean, do you talk about chemtrails first? Do you talk about planes, traveling up in the sky at 600 miles per hour and not going? I mean, and going around in circles. I mean, where do you start with people like this? I mean, really, where do you start? If they've become so indoctrinated where they think it's normal that you can see a moon on either side of the planet, because they believe it's a planet, obviously. I don't even know what to say to that. I really don't. I just don't know what to say to that. I'm going to steer you into a couple of videos that I just recently watched. Flat Earth Talk. Look his video up. It's pretty educational for you guys to watch if you have any friends that have any questions about this topic of the flat Earth. There's really not many questions that can't be answered properly. And when answered properly, that'll get them thinking. But if you act irrational and start yelling at people like you want to, then they're not going to listen to a word you're saying. So take a look at that video. It's I think it's Flat Earth for Dummies, I believe is the name of the video. Check it out. There was one part of that video that I really enjoyed, and I'm gonna use it on some people too. And that's the planet revolving at 1,000 miles per hour. Now, if I was to travel from the East Coast to the West Coast, which is California out there, and I was to travel with the spin of the Earth, I should get there in like 2 hours, because the Earth's traveling at 1,000 miles per hour, and I'm traveling at 560, 600 miles per hour on the plane. A regular 6-hour flight should be really a 2-hour flight. So, and the thing is if you're going against the spin of the Earth, which is going, remember, 1,000 miles per hour, and if I'm going on the other side across the ocean, I never arrive to my destination, because I'd be traveling at 600 miles or 550 miles per hour, and the Earth is traveling at 1,000 miles per hour. I could never catch up to the point that I even left. Think about it. You know, I mean, it's just unbelievable how obvious everything is when you have awoken from this disease, this sickening, this, I don't even want to, calling it an indoctrination right now is too kind, shall we say. You know, it's just way too kind. It's unbelievable. It really is. It really is. Check out Zulu One's channel. I believe he's going to be doing a meet and greet in Rockland County. I believe it's on Saturday. Unfortunately, I can't go. I shot him an email to apologize about that. I'm going on vacation. I'm going to be 3.5 hours away. You know, I mean, I could drive down and drive back, but my family would kill me. So I'm going to have to miss this one. I'll make the next one. But go to his channel, check it out. All the details will be there. I was watching Mark Sargent's, well, not watching, but listening to Mark Sargent's radio show last night, and I tried to get through, but he changed his numbers. I forgot to write his number down. I was cleaning the fish tank at the same time. I just wanted to get a shout out in there with the upcoming eclipse on Monday. And don't miss it, it's on Monday. New York State will be at full, well, not full saturation, but 70% saturation at 2:44 in the PM hour. Our weatherman, check this out, the weatherman from the local news station, the local Vermins, is going to be traveling in a plane around the country following this eclipse. It should be fun. My one question to everybody is, I've never in my life seen a solar flare. And the only time you could ever really see one for us amateurs is when you have a total eclipse of the sun and you have a really nice camera that you can zoom in on. I'm going to be getting this P900 when I get back from vacation. I'm going to order it then. It'll probably take a couple of weeks to show up. I just want to go out this weekend with cash in my pocket, if you know what I mean. Whatever I have left over, I'll put toward the camera. I do have another camera. It's not as good, but it's a digital, and I'm gonna zoom in on. I'm gonna do some. I'm definitely gonna photograph some things this weekend. I have a tripod and everything like that for it. I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Oh, anyway, so yeah, so the weatherman's traveling around following this eclipse. So I've never seen a solar flare at all, and if you could show me a solar flare, I would really love to see it, because NASA's got some beautiful pictures of these solar flares. There are 100. I remember them saying that, you know, the loop, you could fit like 150 Earths in it, or 250 Earths. That's great. Anyway, so for amateurs, that's pretty much the only time you can see it. So anybody who's got a P900 that's going to be doing any zoom pictures on this sun, I can't wait to see them. I really can't. Post them, and I'll like it, and I'll put it on my wall if you could show me one. An amateur picture of a solar flare. That's what I would love to see. So anyway, I wanted to just shout out to the Philippines again. I appreciate you helping me out. We'll be conducting this experiment again, of course. And I think that's it. I think I've said what I had to say.